Weird. The fact that I find myself here today is somewhat amazing to me. I'm obviously from the U.S. originally, and a girl from New Jersey to land in Bahrain was certainly not anything I would have planned, thought I could have planned if I had tried. This portion of my career really started in Philadelphia. I had been, after graduate school, I went in to get my MBA at the top of the tech bubble, if anyone remembers the tech bubble, and I came out with my MBA at the bottom after it had burst, and found that that was a bad time to be looking for a job with a newly minted MBA. So I decided that I just kind of opted out of the normal job circuit. I went to a job fair and was so bored that I decided it wasn't for me, so I joined the Peace Corps. Moved to Morocco and was there for about a year. After 9/11, most of the volunteers in that region were brought back to the United States, and so I find myself in Philadelphia, and was very lucky to really begin my career at the Wharton School in Philadelphia in executive education, and that was my first experience, well, in secondary education on that, of that type, and then executive education certainly, and I parlayed that into a role at Columbia Business School, again in executive education, where I really had started with sort of the sell side, program design, development, executive work, and then moved into some more the operations side of it, which gave me very much a well-rounded view of the educational sector, kind of what those large institutions, what made them tick, how they operated. And then one day I got the call from a headhunter and said, how about Qatar? And I said, where? I looked it up real quick to remind myself from, where exactly we were talking about. And the more research I did, the more exciting the opportunity became, because North America is a very, mature educational market. There's really limited opportunity for creativity, development, and growth in that way. But to look at a market, in the GCC specifically, that really was open for opportunity. There really is a great deal more flexibility and opportunity within the infrastructure here that allows for impact, allows for a much more dynamic work environment. So I jumped at the opportunity. We went to Qatar for a startup institution. When that assignment was complete, we moved to my husband and I moved to Hong Kong for another more traditional business school, but got greater experience in the Asian market, which was new in my experience. And then the call of a lifetime came one day, and I got the opportunity to come back to the BIBF, which of course I knew a great deal about, having worked in Qatar, because really everyone who works in this space in the region knows the BIBF. It really is the institute after which most of the regional institutions are fashioned and kind of aspire to. And so when I got the opportunity, it really was it was not negotiable. We love the region, we love the GCC, we wanted to come back, and then the BIBF was just an opportunity of a lifetime, really, for me professionally. And what I've really enjoyed discovering while I've been doing it is, as I mentioned a moment ago, the breadth of the curriculum. You don't get a chance like this anywhere in the world. I mean, the BIBF is really, and I've seen now institutions in Asia, I've seen them in Europe, obviously in North America. It is truly unique for a whole host of reasons, some of which are the nature of the market, the nature of Bahrain being a relatively small market. But some of it, I think, is just kind of the vision. The vision of the past, the vision for the future. It's the BIBF does academic, professional, and vocational, and you never find institutions that are willing to coordinate and collaborate all those three things. So to be able to take my personal experience in higher education, both from a business development, product development, and an operational side, kind of the global experience, and then bring it all back into an institution that really is unique globally in what it does. It has, it recognizes the need for international partnerships, so it brings those in. It, has its own homegrown intellectual property in areas of Islamic finance and takaful, which make it stand out. So it is, we really enjoy it. It's my background. I'm blessed that my background really led me to, for me, the perfect job. I really enjoyed the Capital Club. I mean, several of the people here know I've been a little bit of a delinquent member in that I haven't been my husband and I haven't been as actively involved, but I have found it to be very strategically useful. And I've come to a number of the evening events, a number of the seminars with the ministers, with other teaching experts, and, or other experts to talk about specific level of unique ideas, new content. And every time we come, I do see someone I need to talk to. I connect with someone who can be useful, useful in something, and I learn something from one of the speakers. So it has been, even in my limited usage, a very, very valuable tool, and something that we have consciously made an effort to try to do more, because it has been, it is where you come when you need to connect with the core of the market in Bahrain.